Mantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere. Hello my friends. Today is the last day in the electoral campaign in Romania, according to the latest polls. And I wish to thank greatly Artemis Obrinis for providing me with energy last night. I wish to apologize for showing you my swords. It was something, showing off everything I had. I'm not at all violent. Maybe I was 8,000 years ago, or 9, or 40,000. But I like to battle in the Great Council of Atlantis. You know, you can battle also when you are polite and you're smiling. Dear Angela Merkel, I have the greatest opinion about you and the German people. I know that you have selected Iohannis to be the candidate of the European Union against USA, because it is not about Russia, China, it is about the old Illuminati versus Templar thing. And he's going to lose. 54% Ponta, 46% Iohannis. I know that you wanted him to get down with Antonescu to be president of the Liberal Party. Frankly, I would have been 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times better than him. He's very passive. For Sibiu, he has attracted great enterprises, but he's not a good politician. He doesn't know how to speak. Don't you know that speaking is required for the job of a king? Or, as people say, humans have 2 ears and 1 mouth in order to use them in that proportion. A thing which Victor Ponta unfortunately has forgot. It's very hard to me to be anti-Ponta and pro-Iohannis. But I shall vote with Klaus Iohannis out of solidarity with Europe, with Atlantis, because I don't want that joke of Mihaela to come true, that Ponta will be president for 10 years and then after that I will never be president, prime minister, because only in Agartha, because here above the earth the unicellular beings from Agartha and Shambhala from Agartha, they will take control and they will lead Romania for another 50 years, just like Ceausescu and Gheorghe Gheorghiu did before him. So, Klaus Iohannis unfortunately has not used his last silver bullet against Ponta. Do you know, Mr. Iohannis, dear Mr. Iohannis, that today is the last day in the electoral campaign, and according to the Romanian law, I am not allowed tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday to make any political commentaries. Do you also know that Mr. Victor Ponta pretends himself to be a good Christian, a good Orthodox, a good Romanian, but unfortunately this has not prevented him, and that's why I will ask him, Mr. Ponta, if you're such a good Romanian, such a good Orthodox, such a good father, such a good husband, such a good Christian, why, together with Viorel Hrebenciu, who has stolen by alone $300 million, and together with your father-in-law, Ioan Sârbu, the father of Daciana Sârbu, I hope I don't have to apologize to her. They have stolen 600 million euros from Romania, from public money, and they have also cut 44,000 hectares of wood, of forest from Romania. While in the Western Europe and in America we no longer have any forest, in Romania we are blessed with the wonders of nature, which unfortunately now have gone extinct, like in the jungle of Amazon. We are doing the same thing like the Brazilians do. We are selling our wood instead of transforming it into furniture, for example. I will make a business with furniture when I receive my money on 21st of November. And I shall also point out that Mr. Victor Ponta has stolen between 11% and 15% of the votes, not abroad, but in Romania, because all the people abroad, we don't have a law like in France that everyone has to come home and vote and school number 24. Here we have supplementary lists, and 15%, between 11% and 15%, but even 11% overall in Romania, but in the southern region 15%, 30% have voted on supplementary lists. There are whole villages where people have voted in percentages of 400%, 500%, 700%, 785, 800, 900, 1,000%. A lot of that people have voted. A lot of tourists have visited the Tellerman wonders and Mehedin's wonders and the wonders in Olt, in the county of Mr. Ponta, in Oltenia. They had a lot of tourists last 2 Sundays ago. And so if we remove 11% from 54%, we get 43%. Yes, Iohannis has 46, but it is not enough. A lot of more people have to vote. It is not enough just to come with a dossier like this and read only the first page or the first paragraph on the first page, which says, yeah, I waited 7 hours to vote, I was unable to vote. If you're human, you have to read the last 7, 8, 5. I understand, to me it's not enough, but you could use, now I'll look upon them. You cannot do this. You have to pronounce people's names, not act like an undead vampire any longer. You have to get accustomed with, because Elena Udra lost. It is one thing for people to be xenophobic and against women, and a woman which must run 55% shall get only 45% of the votes. It is totally another thing to have Elena Udra, member of the High Council of Atlantis, who gets 4.5% of the votes, which is 10 times lower than 45%. And Elena Udra had an inadequation. He was not sufficiently like this with the Romanian society, with Romania. He has not spent enough time on this planet like I did. People on the Great Council of Atlantis, which wish to invade Earth, do not understand us, and we don't understand them. Therefore, you have to act like in the Great Council. I realize that you're half German, half Jew, and you have never been in the Great Council of Atlantis. I realize that you're in the vampire, to put this aside. Yes, you're on that vampire. Get to vote. Get to these people, and a man of your expertise and 340 years of political experience cannot be cast aside by a 42-year-old unicellular being from Agartha. It is shameful. It is very shameful not to use to have this passive whatever. And the Germans already did that, because the Vice Chancellor, Angela Merkel, did not say she supported Iohannis, but the Vice Chancellor of Germany, the Germans have this habit. They say jump, or I have jumped, before they jump over the Grand Canyon. And because they are goths, they are jet like us, they are our brothers and sisters but they spend more times in the woods, in the forest. They spend more times fighting the Roman troops and between themselves, and that is why they are more serious. And also they didn't have the privilege of living under the wonderful Ottoman and Russian rules. And also the Hungarian Mongol rule. And the Vice Chancellor of Angela Merkel sent Mr. Victor Ponta a nice message of congratulations today. Well, I hope you'll be a good president for Romania, blah blah blah. People who like each other stick together. That is why I told that CIA spy, CIA made itself in a shitty way when you supported Iliescu for 10 years and Pelnestas, and now you support Ponta. People in CIA are very leftist. They support Che Guevara and the local dictators in Venezuela and South America, but at home they are very right-wing people. At home they are right-wing. Here in Romania they are left-wing. I find the comparison fascinating. Like it was an episode from Earth's Final Conflict, and it is a replica and say, Mr. President of America, I have found that in public you embrace family values and your children and your wife, but in private you embrace 13-year-old prostitutes. I find the comparison fascinating. So yes, I like very much to say in support of Agatha the Final Fantasy games. I will buy Final Fantasy 14. I bought Final Fantasy 13, 8, 7, and this is my fourth and third. I also bought Final Fantasy 14 for another month last year. They produce wonderful games, but they are like the train simulator, you know, forward, also backward from time to time. Goodbye.